Yo, it be something like breaking the sound barrier.
Hey everybody, Tamara Beatty here, voice and performance coach. I wanted to give you something that you could work on, something very concrete that will help do two things. The first one is to improve your ear. A lot of times with singing, a lot of people don't actually know how to play the keyboard or an instrument at the same time. Those who do might do that and focus in on that, but we're not often trying to get that internal ear as a singer worked up so you can hear things inside and then be able to execute from there. So that's one thing that this little exercise will do. The second thing is it will help with agility in the voice, so agility-based control. So before we go any further, if you click the link in the description below, you can have access to the exercise for free that I'm about to show you here. All right, so basically there are a million things that you can do for your ear. One day I think I'm going to try and talk a little bit more about them because it is a thing that people think about a lot. Am I flat? In fact, I can tell you that singers in general, if I was to pick the one thing that they're thinking about the most, it's that. Am I flat? Am I on pitch? Do I sound terrible? That's basically a lot of what they're thinking. And so, yes, there's other things that are at play, but if we do have a strong ear, we can hear things, we can execute things from that hearing, then we're in a much better boat. We don't have to think as much. And, it's very important that our ear is connected up with our voice so that we can trust what's coming out. So while there are a gazillion exercises, I'm going to show you just one. Here it is. It's nice, simple, and straightforward. It's basically going 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. And the reason it's great is because you can do it in different areas of your voice and work on different things. For example, if I do this exercise in my lower or chest voice range, I'm basically working on agility and being able to go back and forth in my range and to have it as my ear exercise. But as I go higher and I'm crossing in between chest voice and head voice or mixed voice and I'm going across textures, not only do I have to navigate the ear element of it, I have to be able to coordinate my voice and be able to sing and not have like loud, quiet, mid, quiet, loud. Like I really, really have to negotiate. Actually, I did a video on volume, kind of going over the one thing that you can do that you've got control over that can really help build balance across your range and foundational strength across your range. And that comes into play here. So you can also check the links below for the link to that video. But basically, as we go from a lower range into a higher range, we're going to have to navigate that coordination of our voice back and forth. This is why this exercise is so good. It has two, if not more, main benefits. So let's look at this exercise. I'll break it down for those of you who might not be totally aware of scale degrees. This is the first scale degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. You don't have to know all of those things, but just know that this is the very beginning of the scale. And we're going to go from 1 to the second degree, back to the first degree, third. 1, 4, 1, 5. So if you see my fingers here, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. I'm going to go a little lower in the range, just in case that was a little high for anybody. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1. So just the very first thing is get the pattern. You don't have to sing the numbers. You can just hum it. So if I'm going up the scale, I'm just using those scale degrees, but I'm going back and forth. So some people I find when they do this, they start to focus so much, like eye crossing focus. And then what happens is they start thinking too much as opposed to just relying on their ear. Like I was saying, I've got a link down there if you're interested in having a scale that kind of goes through the progression of learning this to being able to do it really fast across your range, which is a very, very, very good indication. If you can do that, it's a good measurement tool of, hey, if I can do this, I've definitely improved. If you start somewhere and you can't do something and then you practice at it, and all of a sudden you can, well, there you go. That's a very big indication and good measurement tool that you have made a lot of progress. I like that. Every now and then in singing, we make progress and it's hard to tell. Other people tell us, oh, great. I didn't know that what I was working on made progress there, but this is extremely clear. So, a couple of things that we want to think about. We want to try and keep our volume the same if possible. At first, you're just thinking about the pattern. So the number one thing is get the pattern. The second thing is choose the thing you're going to speak. Is it going to be a number, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, or is it going to be a syllable? For example, a goo. Goo, 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 goo. That's basically it. And then as you get good at it, then you want to start doing things like keep the same volume across your range, no matter if you're in chest voice or head voice or however it works. Now, I'm going to tell you one pitfall that you're probably going to run into, which I've basically seen most every singer do, which is this is what we're used to hearing a lot of the times as singers. The triad or the arpeggio. And so we're used to hearing that gap. So 1, 3, 5, 8, 5, 3, 1. So oftentimes people, instead of going to the 2, they go to the 3, 1, 1, 2. It's like, oh, I don't know what I did wrong, but it's not right. It's probably because you're going to the 3. And then what happens is you go to the 5 and you're already way too high. So if you are trying it and you're like, I don't know what's wrong, you've probably skipped a scale degree. Not gonna lie, this can take a lot of time for some people, and for some people, you're gonna have this tomorrow. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Just know that the work that you put in, like anything, if it leads to results, then you went from here to here, and that's going to be very, very helpful. Again, bringing it back to the whole reason you're doing this, the first thing is you're improving your ear. It's very important as a singer. I can't tell you the massive stigma there is in singers. And honestly, sometimes it's rightfully so because singers don't necessarily have to know things about music. And I don't think that singers do have to know everything about music. There's tons of amazing musicians who don't know anything about chords or theory or anything. It doesn't really matter. It's not about that. But being able to hear something inside, match that with the singing you put outside. Now that is important. We do want that. And we want the quality of what we're hearing to be something that when we do match it with what's out here, it's beautiful, it's intuitive, it sounds great. So sometimes we just have to take steps towards that. So again, just start with a simple going through the scale. Work your way up so that you can go into this area. I'll just show you what I mean. As we go up here, now I have to go from chest voice to head voice or chest voice to something else. Goo, 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 goo. Or goo, 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 goo. And I'm like, it's sort of breaking and flipping and cracking. So goo, 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 goo. So now my exercise is taken to the next level. It's like a mega exercise that not only am I working on my ear, I'm working on my coordination of my voice. That's why I love this exercise. It is so good. So I hope that you are going to try this. If anything else, it's something you can just press play every day, work on it for like 5 minutes, do this over a period of time and see the results. It'll feel good. You'll start to trust yourself. It'll feel really, really nice. Having these skills is very important to singers. If you did like this video, if you could give it a thumbs up, that helps me so much. And also, if you're new to the channel and like it, please subscribe, and then you'll get notified when something new comes out. As always, thank you for being here. Happy singing, and take care. Bye-bye.